Hello and welcome back to the David67 Celtic News YouTube channel. Today's video going to be a wee update on the situation regarding Koen Casteels, the Wolfsburg goalkeeper, available as a free agent, who Celtic are seen to be one of the two main teams looking to sign him currently. The video also now includes some scouting video highlights, as I might have been able to find some highlights that are not copyrighted by the Bundesliga. Also going to do a little highlights reel and analysis of Georgian left back Irakli Azarovi, currently playing for Shakhtar Donetsk, thought to be a possible target for Celtic at left back. And we're also going to have a wee chat regarding updated news on Daniel Kelly, Stephen Welsh, and an interesting name being put forward for Celtic called Aziz Musibau from Ghana. I'll talk about him right at the end. So just a wee reminder on Koen Casteels, 31-year-old Belgian international, has been goalkeeper in Germany primarily, playing for Wolfsburg. I did a more full analysis of stats and so on a couple of days ago, and so please do refer to those for the in-depth analysis. However, looking at his match ratings over the course of this last year with Wolfsburg in the Bundesliga, he was rated at 7 out of 10 as an average over the whole season. His saves rate was 68%, which is pretty reasonable. And looking at his deeper stats as goalkeeper, he is very difficult to beat from a distance, and also is capable with the ball at his feet, and is very good at winning the ball in the air, which has been a bit of a weakness for Joe Hart recently. And also looking at his various goalkeeping attributes according to scouting sites, all of the key goalkeeping attributes are 10 to 20 better than Joe Hart. Joe Hart's mostly in the high 50s and 60s, and Casteels ranging right up into 70s, 80s, and even one as high as 90. And so does look a very good goalkeeper. It does look like Anderlecht may well be currently just leading Celtic in the signing stakes. His current £66,000 a week wages at Wolfsburg might be a stumbling block both for Anderlecht and Celtic from the website Salary Sport, which does have up-to-date contract details for players. It does look like Anderlecht do have one player on a weekly wage similar to £66,000 a week. The rest of their squad are 30,000 and below. Currently, Celtic's highest paid player is thought to be Cal McGregor at £37,000 a week, with Carter Vickers and the Japanese players a wee bit behind that. For those who follow Belgian football, Anderlecht are going into the last game of their season, currently third in the table. They are just 3 points behind, so they could reach the top, although that would need quite a swing in goal difference. However, if they did move up to second place, that would get them into the Champions League playoff. But to be guaranteed in the Champions League like us, they would have to be first in the Belgian league, and that currently is Bruges, who look like odds-on favourite to be Belgian champions and straight into the group stage or the league stage of the new Champions League. And so it's said that Casteels is very keen to get his future settled by the start of the European nations in Germany. And so it may well be if Anderlecht fail to qualify for Champions League that Celtic become the number one seeds in the race for Casteels. And I, for one, would really welcome him coming to the club, um, as I think he is a big upgrade on Joe Hart and would be right up there with the better goalkeepers and best goalkeepers in Europe. So just have a wee look at the highlights, and then we'll go on to talk about Azarovi and a wee scoot through the rest of those news stories regarding Celtic. And so now let's move on to Irakli Azarovi, 22-year-old Georgian left-back, 18 caps for Georgia at the full international level, currently playing for Shakhtar Donetsk in the Ukrainian League. He also has had previous seasons at home in Georgia, then at Red Star Belgrade in Serbia, and has had one full season now with Shakhtar Donetsk. Interestingly, he has won the league title at his club 5 years in a row, which is quite a very good statistic. He's 5'10.5", and so around about 3 to 4 inches taller than Greg Taylor. And at 22, has the potential to still get better and better, although it does look like he is more than coping in Ukrainian football, so would likely be similarly able in Scottish football. Over the course of the season with Shakhtar Donetsk in the Ukrainian League, his average rating is 7.02, and so a good overall rating. His career stats over his 4 different professional clubs: 137 games, 4 goals, 20 assists, and over the course of this last season with Shakhtar Donetsk, 34 games with 4 assists, and also had 4 Champions League games this season for Shakhtar Donetsk, and so he's a player with international experience and Champions League experience. Now, looking a wee bit more in depth at his stats, he is rather low in terms of winning aerial duels, which is a key factor for Celtic. Also isn't the best tackler, with low stats for winning ground duels. His long passing stats are excellent. Short passing stats are excellent. Long passing stats are rather poor, with about a 1 in 2 success rate for long passes and a 1 in 3 rate for crosses. So again, not the best for Celtic. However, he has very good stats for intercepting the ball, for winning the ball back, and clearing the ball. And it would appear that his defensive skills are more in terms of his very quick movement, very quick thought, and his ability to intercept the ball and be in the right place to clear the ball rather than winning the ball back in challenges. Just going to pop in some little highlight reels of his time in Georgia and Serbia and internationally, as there's no footage available from his Ukrainian year so far, and then we'll finish off just with what my thoughts are regarding the player, and then we'll have a wee chat about those other wee news stories around Celtic at the moment. having had a look at that video footage of Azarovi and a few of the other YouTube scouting and highlight videos. Does look like a player with a lot of pace, very good on the ball, good tricks with the ball as well. Has good pace up and down the wing, and does show good ability to be in the right place to block off passes, pick up balls, and clear the ball. Do have, however, some doubts regarding his ability in the air and his ability as a tackler and his ability to hold off challenges. And so I'm not personally convinced that he is quite what we're looking for at left back. I think there are quite a number of better alternatives with a proven track record. And so we'll see if Celtic do pursue interest in Azarovi. He has only been at Shakhtar Donetsk for 1 year, has another 4 years left on his contract. However, he has been quite willing to move from country to country, and so being in Ukraine for 1 year may not be such a factor for him coming to Scotland. So we'll see what transpires with Azarovi, but at this stage I would be a little bit reserved in wanting him to come to Celtic, because I think there are better options. Now, just finishing off with a few news stories. Interesting name being raised as being a possible Celtic signing. A player called Aziz Musibau, a 17-year-old Ghanaian under-20 international. Some confusion on the various different news articles as to whether his name is Musibau Aziz or Aziz Musibau. He plays in the Ghanaian Super League for a team called FC Dreams. He's only played 5 times for them and 75 minutes, and so he's been coming off the bench all 5 times. He is, however, a star player for the Ghanaian under-20 side, and he's had an excellent tournament just recently for the Ghanaian under-20 side. I seriously doubt that he is a goer for Celtic in essence, because he is just 17. I would expect there's going to be quite a lot of problems with work permits, etc. And I would be surprised if Celtic are looking at a 17-year-old with virtually no first-team experience in his national league. However, it's said that Aston Villa are also heavily looking at him for around about 1 million to 1.5 million, and there are many experts who are saying he's the second Didier Drogba. So we'll see what that transpires, and if further things do develop with him, I'll look into him further. Final wee bits of news are regarding the contract situation with Daniel Kelly. Now, Bayer Leverkusen are looking to sign him as our Liverpool. He's currently in contract talks with Celtic at the moment, and it's said that there will be further contract talks later this week. So I would guess that's going to be today or tomorrow. And the indications are that Kelly is very keen to stay at Celtic, isn't so keen to go to England or to abroad. And so I suspect it's mostly going to come down to reassurances from Brendan Rodgers as to where he sees Kelly's career over the next couple of years. I think Kelly might be one of these players who, similar to Callum McGregor or Liam Scales, would be best sent off to play first-team football at a good level rather than being a bench player on a regular basis at Celtic. But it is reassuring that he is keen to sign for Celtic again. There is a fairly sizable 4-year contract on the table for him at the moment. No news regarding the situation with Rokovata, whose contract is up in a couple of weeks' time, but he too has had an augmented 4-year contract offered to him just a few days ago. Final player to update on is Stephen Welsh. Neil Lennon now at Rapid Bucharest, very keen to sign him, and it would appear also there are several teams in Major League Soccer and several teams in the English Championship also lining up bids for Stephen Welsh over the summer. No names as yet for the Major League Soccer sides or the English Championship sides, but as soon as those do become available, I will pass them on to yourself. So that just about finishes things off for today. Do feel free to pop your comments in the comment section regarding Koen Casteels and Irakli Azarovi and what you feel yourselves. If you are new to the channel, do please click that subscribe button and also click the like button as well. So for today, we'll leave it at that point there. Tomorrow, we're going to be doing a proper preview of the Celtic Rangers Scottish Cup final on Saturday. And so until tomorrow, goodbye and hail, hail.